Recall Northrop. It's unconstitutional. Article 5, Section 7, under which he closed our businesses, is unconstitutional. Wake up! Wake up, Virginia!
That was the scene yesterday afternoon on Capitol Square in Richmond, Virginia. An estimated 12 to 1,600 cars participated in the Reopen Virginia rally, as lawmakers were inside the Capitol building for a veto session. David Britt, a mental health counselor, is one of the organizers of the rally.
We're not a patriot group. We are strictly here to reopen Virginia. We're a one and done. We got together on a conference call last Thursday night and said, let's see if we can do this. We modeled after Lansing, and yeah, you had a few people out of their cars in Lansing, not a lot. So this is a driving protest. We are intentionally observing the social distancing guidelines here. We want to ensure that we're doing this safely, but we're insisting on getting our message across, that it's time to start looking at how we reopen Virginia. To go to June 10th is absolutely unfeasible, but we can't just flip a switch tomorrow and say, go back to work. That's unreasonable and it's dangerous. But at this point, what we're dealing with, from this point forward, we're dealing with as far as the overall health of the Commonwealth is more damaging than the coronavirus measures that we're taking.
While most protesters adhered to Britt's request to remain in their vehicles, several did get out of their vehicles and protest on foot.
He put a chain link fence around our Capitol building on the 20th of January during an officially scheduled lobby day for our citizens to go visit their delegates.
Some folks even brought their kids to the event, like Mark Curtis.
I would like for our society to be able to resume, make our own decisions for ourselves.
Exactly.
We're willing to come out. We're willing to support our local businesses. I would like for my local business to be able to open back up and thrive as it was before. We had a great economy. Everything about our economy has been thriving, and now it's plummeted into the abyss. So, thanks, guys. Yes, ma'am. So I can hear my radio, so I can talk to people.
What do you think of all this?
What do you think?
It's horrible stuff. People should get back into schools.
Wait, hold on. You keep getting interrupted by the honking. What do you think?
People should get back into schools. There's nothing like this. We face many more diseases.
Hey, good job. Good job, man.
The Capitol grounds were locked down and heavily guarded, so no one could get inside of the gates to the grounds. While covering the rally, 2 doctors walked up with signs calling for the closing of the economy to continue. One rally goer was not too happy about their presence. Robert Girardi argued with the doctors.
Flag. Wave your flag. You don't need to be.
The shutdown is killing as many people as the virus. Quarantining sick people is fine. Quarantining healthy people is tyranny.
Thank you, doctor.
Yeah, that's right.
I asked Girardi about that argument later in the day.
Caught your a video of you earlier arguing with the doctor. What exactly were you disagreeing with him on there?
Well, one of the things that I found a bit ridiculous is that we have all these protesters here protesting the shutdown. There are 2 people that came anti-protesters of the shutdown. They want the shutdown to continue, and the media just glommed around them. So I wanted everybody to know that the real story here is out in the street. It's not 2 people wearing lab coats, and honestly, I don't believe the guy's a doctor. So, what was I arguing with him about? I was arguing, look, the same thing I was saying to you. Is bear survival what life is about? No, we take our risks every day we walk into the street. And we need to be allowed to take our own risks with our own lives. Okay? And I see some signs here mimicking the pro-abortion folks. My body belongs to me. Okay? Now, I'm not irresponsible. I'm not advocating mass gatherings. I'm not advocating rock concerts. I'm saying that within reasonable limits, we need to be able to get back to work because people are suffering, the nation is suffering, the culture's suffering.
For the record, we did look up the man in the white lab coat just to be sure he is in fact a doctor. He is. Dr. Eric Brunn has been practicing medicine for 32 years and is currently a general surgery specialist in Winchester, Virginia. I contacted Mr. Britt today for a few follow-up questions. Mr. Britt said the rally was a success.
Just the turnout itself. Now, whether it has an impact on Governor Northam or not, there's no way to tell. He's very much an agenda-based person. He's all about being, his agenda. So who knows? Hopefully, enough of the legislators, perhaps just the Republican ones, and some of the more moderate Democrats, have observed this and seen that if they don't start getting with the program, if Governor Northam doesn't start getting with the program, then he's going to be in electoral danger.
Britt believes that the new Democratic majority in Richmond is acting too fast to pass their far-left agenda. He blames their actions on having TDS, Trump Derangement Syndrome.
The majority of both houses, they're doing everything they can through changes in the electoral system to guarantee they can hang on to those things. But Virginians are overwhelmingly becoming fired up, and I believe that the Democrats in Virginia have moved far too fast and really shown their hands, thanks in large part to TDS, and that Virginia conservatives, Republicans, even, moderate Democrats will be rising up and smacking it down.
For the record, Trump Derangement Syndrome, or TDS, is not a real medical term. I mentioned to Mr. Britt that just yesterday, Donald Trump backpedaled on reopening the economy in respects to the state of Georgia, publicly disagreeing with Georgia Governor Brian Kemp's decision to reopen Georgia businesses. I asked Mr. Britt if that would have any effect on the Reopen Virginia movement.
I don't believe it means anything. We're talking about Virginia, not Georgia, not the nation. We're talking about Virginia and getting our people together to get business included in this decision making that Governor Northam is doing in order to reopen Virginia, in order to get a broader picture for him to make these judgment calls.
As of right now, the Virginia stay-at-home order is scheduled to expire on June 10th. That's more than 6 weeks away. So far, statewide, only 6 misdemeanor citations have been issued by police for violating the governor's orders. I say only 6, but some would say that's 6 too many, because the governor's orders are unconstitutional.
First of all, the very concept that the government has the right to shut people into their homes is absolutely ridiculous and is tyranny.
In Richmond, Theodore Whitelow, Breaking Through News.